Kemi Omololu IJ Idumuje Uboko. Many people are irrelevant in this case. They can only sit on social media with faceless accounts. I don't care. I show you my face and I show you my work. If you don't like it, don't follow it. I defend media freedom. I'm not going to satisfy you. I know that joke and I know that trick. You want me to report what you like so you can praise me. I don't need the praises. I'm defending media freedom. I'm telling you the truth. If it doesn't favor you, you can go ahead and say Ned has given me 10 billion. Dibanj has paid her. Fatsonyibo has paid her. Everybody has paid me and I'm so rich that I'm still begging online, right? Dumb fools. Now let's get to IJ Idumuje Uboko. I was talking about the case of the missing body. That's what I'm after. Cyprian Kumoru's father. And he hasn't paid me, by the way. No, the lawmakers. This is a story that's going viral. It's even viral already. But we have to set the record straight. Somebody's trying to distract me. His name is Azuka Jeboze. He's a failed journalist in Nigeria. He was convicted for drugs and stuff. And the Interpol is going to bring him back home. He just doesn't know that yet. He'll know now. And the mistake you made, Azuka, was calling me a mad woman with psychiatric problems. Okay, that's the mistake you made. You made fun of me having PTSD. Maybe one day you should be watching executions at police stations called SARS. But you wouldn't. PTSD is actually a mental disorder because of the disorder part. Trauma. Post-traumatic stress disorder. Trauma is a human experience. You see, you're a fool. You're a fool, you're a fraud, and you amount to nothing next to me. The more you give me leverage on your abuses, the more I'm going to expose you. You just give me more to work on. You don't know what's going on in this case because you're not even a real journalist. Whatever you, or wherever you got your training, it's not good. Why are you not a journalist in America? What are you doing hiding there? All those drugs you were carrying. All right, we'll get to that in a minute. Today, I'm talking on the terrorism matter. There are two cases here, murder and terrorism. Everybody involved in the terrorism and the destroying of people's houses, lives, and property are somewhere under detention. The murder case, the murder people, suspects, alleged murderers, what do you want to call them, non-affirmative words? I'm using that because your lawyers will come after me, right? Saying I call them murderer. They are alleged murderers and they are suspects as well. They are in Asaba Detention Center. They will be tried. Who killed Kennedy Ilo, the man that was beaten up when they were going door to door and he died of his injuries? And who killed Cyprian Kumoru when they were firing shots at the palace and the shots accidentally hit him, or was it on purpose? For a while now, I've been thinking this was an accidental shooting. But who knows? The police have that information. Why was his body hidden? Why was it moved? Kachi Nwoko helped them dig the grave, and then they sent him away because they thought it was a snitch, and that's exactly what it was. They threatened him. They threatened to kill him. They threatened to... He fled. He no longer lives in Delta. I met him in Abuja, where I interviewed him, and he told me that when the police arrested him, he went back there in handcuffs to where we dug the grave. There was no body in there. Benedict Kumoru, the father, wants the bones of his son. By now, the body is bones. He just wants his son's body, bones, whatever, so that he can bury his son and that boy can rest in peace. I'm a mother of a 35-year-old. I'm a mother of a 30-year-old. I'm a mother of a 21-year-old, 3 men. I raised them alone. If somebody kills my child, they will have to answer to me. I'm telling you right now. Cyprian is not my child, but I'm passionate. The relationship that Ned Nwoko has with this case is very big. Like I said, he's a prominent member of that family. 2, he was a lawmaker in that area before. I see some of you writing that I went to wine and dine with Regina Daniel. She's a sideshow, please. Okay, I went to Ned's office. You saw my video. We decided to have the meeting at his house during brunch. I interviewed a lot of people in that case in Abuja. So if one of them invites me for brunch, something I really never do, I don't like eating at people's houses, I went there. House was quiet. We had our brunch. We talked. We had a meeting. And Regina Daniels came down. I'm like, oh my God, Regina, how are you? My son took pictures with her. And she said bye-bye to all of us after we ate. She ate with us. I'll see you guys later. Her husband asked her where she was going. She said she's going to her office for her lunch. She's working on lunch in a brand, a fashion brand. So I said, okay, maybe we'll see you guys later. And we went there later. But while I was at the Nwoko's house, I got to interview Kachi. And Kachi told me everything. The interview's up. You can read it. You can watch it. You know, you can ignore it if you want because it's the truth. I have interviewed a key eyewitness in the terrorism and the murder case. And the courts are going to see this video. And you think people are going to come out, Pamela Ifejoku, wake up, and your mother, all coming to troll and abuse me on my page. It's not working. Get your lawyers ready. Mr. Agbeche spoke to me. He said I should call him at 4 o'clock that afternoon to interview him over the phone. He said he was traveling to the United States. At 4 o'clock, I called him. He did not pick up the phone. He avoided me. And the next day was traveling to Lagos and then to the U.S. He was gone. And I have not been able to, talk to him because his name came up in many areas here. Now, the defendants in the terrorism matter are in Abuja. They are the same people who plan to kill Ned. Cheta was in Kuje prison with another, person. They're in Abuja. There was a man called Osibosa. Osibosa was their roommate in their cell. Trust me, I know what prisons look like. Okay, I've been detained in prison 3 times, 6 months on that case with the Biomi case. Of course, that case was withdrawn. I didn't do anything. At the end of the day, I know what the makeup of the prison is. You lie down, there's not much to do. After you've done your day, you lie down, you close your eyes. You're meditating. But somebody else sees you and thinks you're asleep. And that's what happened. Osibosa's eyes were closed, but he was listening to a conversation with Cheta and another person. Osibosa was in there for some kind of case, I don't know, domestic violence or something. He overheard them talking about being heavily funded by a person who owns an oil and gas company and gas stations. That profile fit Gabriel Ogbeche, the CEO and chairman of Ren Oil. The profile allegedly, I wouldn't even say, these are no allegations. It allegedly fit his profile, and that's why he needs to talk to me and exonerate himself from what these criminals were talking about. He's also a member of that community, Idumuje Uboko. The DSS and the police were notified because when Osibosa came out of prison, he was looking for a way to tell Ned Nwoko. Let me tell you something. Do I have access to President Buhari so easily? No. Can I call President Buhari on the phone and say, President Buhari, it's me, Kemi Olunloyo, social media queen. You should know me now. I always write about everything. It's not that easy. There's access, and you need to crack that access to get in. Osibosa did not know how to crack the access to reach Ned Nwoko. He was a COSA member. I said was because he's dead. He was a COSA member. And being a member of COSA, he met one of the very prominent COSA members, Wale. Now, I believe Wale, the guy that owns Sapphire, has an ambassador for his brand. Regina Daniels was one of the ambassadors. And I believe he went to talk to Wale. He did not tell Wale what he wanted to talk to Ned about, but he just wanted to contact Ned. And I believe Wale gave him the phone number, and that's about it with him. Well, here's what happened. When he contacted Mr. Nwoko, he said he overheard a certain conversation that they were planning to assassinate him. At that point, IGP Adamu called everybody. Mr. Ogbeche, Mr. Nwoko, sit down. IGP Adamu put and launched an investigation. Acting IGP Usman Baba Alkali was in that meeting. He's now the IGP, and he should follow up on that. But there's been some problems. There's been a breakdown. Osibosa is dead. This was in March of 2021 that the IGP called them together, the big billionaires, and ordered the investigation. Osibosa was found dead. He wasn't shot. It wasn't an accident. They just found him dead. Where did he go? Where is the last place he ate or drank? Did they poison him? We don't know. The family of Osibosa will not talk about his death. In fact, they have fled Abuja. They have moved away. In fear of their life, they did not even allow the police to do an autopsy. The officer in the case told me they refused to cooperate. I've called the officer. I wouldn't mention that officer's name. You know why I wouldn't mention it now? Because the case is already in court. Courts are back. So I can't mention. I can't even talk to him anymore because of that. And so when they were releasing Ifejoku, they're saying there are no witnesses in the case and that all witnesses are dead. Osibosa existed. He's not dead. Kachi Nwoko is not dead. Chukwuma Nwoko are not dead. I met them all in Abuja and I spoke to them. These are two key eyewitnesses. Like I said, the family has dysfunctional parts. Good, bad, and ugly. A whole lot of hatred. What went wrong? Police reports, local government, state government, all this evidence, and nobody can be prosecuted. Is this how people get away with murder in Nigeria? It can't continue. An investigative journalist, a woman, is on the case now. Azuka Chibose, you said, I've solved 13 murders in Canada. Why don't you use that might to solve this one? You see, Azuka, you're a journalist and a drug dealer and drug trafficker, convicted. All right? The problem with you is that you're a Nigerian and you like to take bribes. The same thing people say I do. I don't do it. You do it. At the end of the day, you're sitting all the way in America, abusing me, doing a lot of work, saying that an international lawyer hired a psycho. Don't call me names, Azuka. Be professional. Face me. Face me. DM me on Instagram. Don't do videos about me on Instagram. Take my phone number. Call me. You're scared. Uche Nwoko, I will not talk to you. You wanted to talk to me, but you lost it when you became rude. Nobody is allowed to be rude to me. Okay? You have no access to me when you're rude to me. Okay? Kemi Olunloyo is the god of investigative journalism. You want to talk to me? You behave yourself. You don't treat me like I'm your wife or your sister or your daughter. I'm not. If you want to tell me what you know, I will ask for it. Peter Bama, I've interviewed. I'm going to launch his podcast tonight. In the next video, I'm going to get to the part of the Attorney General of Delta State who had a conflict of interest with his wife's relationship to certain people in the case and how these people got out. How they literally got away with murder and they were quickly rearrested. If a judge signs a court order at 10 a.m., and the second court order was written at 4 p.m., the only thing I'm going to think is a bribe went through, money. They bribed the judge. In this case, the judge was not bribed. The judge was threatened. I.J. Idumuje Ugboko continues. I'm Kemi Olunloyo, Nigerian journalist. 26th of June, 2021.